definitely not sexist to say that women and men live in two sort of different worlds, and this next story points that out in a way that I think that a lot of women are going to connect with. And it has to do with a new option that's available for Uber, for the ride-sharing service. So why don't we break down a little bit what that is, and we can talk about why it's important.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really big step in ride-sharing apps, and I think it's a great idea, especially just if you're a woman traveling alone, or maybe you met up with friends but you're going home by yourself. This is a great way to just feel a little bit safer and a little less vulnerable as you navigate the space around you. But Uber is rolling out a new feature designed to give women more control over who they ride with or drive for on its platform. As part of a pilot program launching next month, they're starting out in LA and San Francisco, Detroit, some of the bigger cities, but I imagine if it does well there, it's going to expand. But women can tap a preference in the Uber app to be matched with other women, whether they're booking rides or signing up to drive, which I also think is you don't really necessarily think about it.
Both of those are safety issues in either direction.
Absolutely, they can be. Uber's vice president and operations for the U.S. and Canada branch said that many women riders and drivers made it clear that they want this option, giving them more choice, more control, and more comfort. However, Uber notes that the pairings aren't necessarily guaranteed every time, but just to have the option, I think, is a great step and a great idea, really.
Certainly, if there can, even if it's not guaranteed every time, if that can be something that happens more often, especially when you're talking about late at night, you're talking about two individuals that happen to be in a car, it's just a safety issue. It's something people brought up when Uber first became a thing, that people were concerned about, just a stranger coming to pick you up.
Right. I mean, I think on top of a lot of times when you utilize an Uber service, often it's to be your designated driver. So you might be, say you go out to the bar with your friends, but you're getting picked up and going somewhere different than they are. So you're a little intoxicated, you're getting in a vehicle with somebody you don't know. I think there is just a sense of relief a little bit if you are a woman traveling solo and you see another woman to come pick you up in the car, because you do need to be a little bit anytime you're traveling solo anywhere, you're on high alert. But I feel like you want to make sure that I always pull up Google Maps too to make sure that they're taking me the same route and that I'm going to the right place, just in case, because you never know if you're going to get turned onto a little side route and you're like, where are we going, sir?
And it is just another example, one of the millions of things that guys don't really have to be that concerned about. Not that another guy couldn't axe murder you or something like that, but
you could still get mugged, you could still get robbed.
It's not something that's at the top of the list of concerns, I think, for most men, and it very much is and should be for a lot of women.
It is, and it's unfortunate that I think that is just the reality that we're in a little bit in terms of, I know my mom and my sister and I, the three of us together, we got picked up by an Uber, and it was a male driver that came to pick us up. Nothing happened. He was perfectly professional, but I know there's always that little glimmer of okay, what's our plan just in case?
Is everything okay here? You have to raise those alarm bells a little bit just to be aware of your surroundings, situational awareness in a way that I don't, most guys can just hop in, kick back, it's going to be fine.
It might take a while before another guy is like, hold on, this isn't my route. Where are we going? Something is amiss. But I think it's a great idea, and I think I think especially college-age women, I think anybody traveling solo, I think it just feels a little bit like, okay, I don't have to be so aware.
I do wonder as well, if this proves to be popular, and I kind of believe it will be, is it going to open a bigger demand for female drivers in general, especially in big cities, maybe college towns, places where people are going to be having a vibrant nightlife, be out. I can see this being big in Nashville, places like that. A lot of bridal parties going out
of bachelorette
at night,
parties.
things like that. So I think that it's going to be interesting if it opens up some new doors. Although the thing that might prevent that to some extent is all these robo-taxis on the way where you don't have to worry about any driver.
That's true too. I mean, that's a whole nother step of paranoia that I know I personally have of what if suddenly the doors lock and you can't get out because it's a robot driver? Suddenly the robot starts picking up speed and you're like, oh no.
I'm so both excited and on board to an extent with those things and terrified of them all at the same time.
I just don't want to be the test subject, that's one that I would not sign up for that. We're looking for riders to test out these robot mobile drivers. Not me. No thanks. I'll take the fully polished version.
Yeah, I don't want to be the early adopter,
No.
but I am hopeful that we prove over time that it's safe.
Yeah, though daydreaming in the car is going to be amazing, but once we get there.
I always think about it for long road trips if you can do it. You know, like my wife and I sometimes will go up to Connecticut to see my folks.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if I could just kick back,
That's true.
take a nap, flip around on my phone,
true.
not have to worry about anything.
It will be advantageous, but like I said, I just don't want to be. I don't want to be first in line for that one. I'll be towards the back.
Yeah.
But interesting conversation. I mean, if you've got thoughts on it, you can also always join in. You can share with us, team@coastlife.com. You can also always chime in on our socials as well. I think this is a fun conversation to keep going. But you know what else is fun? Winning a brand new kitchen renovation. We'll tell you how you can do that when we get back.